Legend of Total War here with part 3 of my Lords of the Realm Let's Play campaign. Previously we conquered, we were already at war with everyone, but we fought the bishop, I think it is, purple, and we conquered this settlement here. Alright, so let's start going through and have a look at what needs to be done. There's hardly any people here, so we sort of need to fix this as soon as possible. Very low population growth, but it'll improve over time, hopefully. Alright, okay, I've already moved him this turn. What about you? Same with you. So I'm just going through all the settlements now to see what needs to be done. It's autumn, so we'll be getting grain coming in. These people are on half rations because there's too many people here. I can't feed them all just with cattle. If I put them on normal rations, they eat all of the goddamn grain. Oh, god damn it, fucking piece of shit. We do not want them eating the cattle. Because once all the cattle's gone, they're going to consume even more grain. So we must keep the cattle. Yep, let's just move on to the next turn. So once again, guys, just in case you've jumped into the series midway, sort of, the sound and music is off because it's incredibly annoying and overbearing, and I can't adjust the volume. It's either on or off. It's a very old game. It's definitely a good game for its time. It's very retro now, but yeah, it can be forgiven because it's old. Very, very old. It's almost as old as I am. Alright, so I think I was 4 years old when this game came out. So population's increasing by a very small amount. Okay, if this keeps up, we are going to have some very bad territory soon, which isn't a good thing. Too bad I can't buy people. Alright, looks like there's another battle to be done here. I wonder if no, let's go fight these guys. What have I got? Swordsmen up against their peasants. There we go. So a few of our guys are dying, but it's not a big deal. These are just mercenaries. Only cost money. And essentially they cost a lot in upkeep anyway. So what you want to do with mercenaries is put them to use right away. You don't want to like get a horde of mercenaries, because then you just end up paying a lot of money for them. So we defeated that army, and we have to actually take the castle to take the city. But it says there's a large capacity for people, but that, I don't know. Okay, let's make our way down to the next town around here somewhere. Where is it? I don't know. I'm going to stand on the crossroad there so I can get a bit of visibility. Okay, there it is. I'll bet we got to get to it next turn. So everything's looking good in this town here. Population's booming. They're eating quite a lot of grain. Oh, it's winter. Right, so that's fine. I'll just leave it like that. Like I said, I'm not fussed about the other resources. Yes, it would be better if I did, but then fine-tuning it every single turn does get quite annoying. Okay, it's kind of good that the population is actually declining a little bit. Okay, so everything's looking pretty good. Large amounts, oh hang on, not enough herders. Just lower the amount of farmers for now. Good, 9 lots of cattle. That'll feed an additional 90 people. Essentially for free. Some cattle are lost, that's always a problem. But it happens every now and again. No big issues here. Now I could actually really use that time to, what's it fucking called? Start growing grain. However, we don't have any people to work the fields, so I just need the population to grow. Well, nothing much to do this turn. Let's just move on. How about we have a look at the money? So we're getting a decent amount of cash coming through. So I'm just building up a large iron stockpile. Eventually I'll start, I'll find this town once it grows to start making weapons. And of course towns with high population, they're the best ones to train the soldiers from. Okay, we've got this. Also, there's no corruption mechanic, so having lots and lots of settlements is not necessarily a bad thing at all. The other thing it is you got to make sure you manage them correctly, because if you don't and they revolt, it can start a chain reaction, which is bad. But even on expert difficulty, it's not. I mean, on expert difficulty, it is hard to manage the settlements, but it just requires, you know, you just got to sit down there and look through everything and make it 100% efficient. Because if you don't, you know, fires and wolves, they basically show up every single turn. But, you know, with a low enough tax rate and right enough management, it doesn't become too much of a problem. Just becomes long and grindy, like I said. So I figured that it's actually more entertaining for a Let's Play series to play it on normal difficulty rather than expert, because my train of thoughts are, there is a handful of people out there that love to watch everything on the hardest difficulty, but when the hardest difficulty is just more of a grind, you got to make a judgment call on whether or not it makes a good Let's Play series or not. Because that's one of the problems I had with Mount and Blade, when it drags on for like 120 episodes, and even though I don't play on the hardest difficulty setting, you know, you lose a lot of viewers. It's like, what's the point in playing for 120 episodes? Oh, this is independent. Well, good. What are we up against here? Peasants. No sweat. Excuse me. 100 swordsmen should easily be able to kill. 190 peasants. You can see their morale is dropping to shit. We lost a grand total of 10 swordsmen. So, well worth it. Now we need to see what state the settlement's in. Just having a look here at the fields, looks like they've only got sheep, so that could be a big problem. We do not want them eating sheep. They've got a good grain storage though, so that's okay. They're not actually eating the sheep. They're unhealthy though, but their happiness is increasing. What season is this? Spring, so we can't sow some grain. However, we can buy cattle. Wait, hang on. How many people are there? 380. So 38 cattle is what's needed, but I'm not going to buy that much. I think 30 should be sufficient. And if we don't dedicate some land and some people to it, they will all die. Well, there's no damaged territory, so that's all good. And with that, now they just consume 8 grain per turn. So it'll take them 8 years, 8 turns, sorry, to go through the grain supplies. Not to mention that the herd is increasing. And come the next winter, we'll sow some more grain and keep that going. Good. Alright, now over here, we have to besiege this castle. Okay, there's 140 men inside the castle. They've got food for 400 men. So each turn, so basically after 4 turns, they'll run out of food. Now we can actually assign, I guess, orders for all of our guys. We've now got 35 men free, so we can put in more foragers, and they'll go and collect food. So for example, we've got 350 food. So our food supplies will, because we've got 140 men. What's it? Yeah, right. We could also turn them on normal rations. I mean, turn them off normal rations. But I don't want to do that. We don't want their morale to suffer or make them to be unhealthy. Keep them going like this. What else do we need to do? So we can also assign builders. And what builders do is build siege equipment. And we've got fighters. We don't really need fighters right now, because we're not going to assault. Not yet, anyway. So 70 foragers will gather 210 units, so more than what's needed. 50% more than we actually need. So what are we going to build here? We can build some trebuchets. See, that requires 60 men to build. 10 men to build a ladder. That's okay. And then once we've built it, we can actually put the trebuchets around here to start smashing down the walls. So it'll take us a little while to get in there, but that's okay. They can't do anything else while that's going on. And I'm fairly sure if we win there, yeah, it eliminates the Baron. Now, the Knight has actually got a lot of territory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they have a little bit more than I do. Hopefully they go into combat with whoever the fuck these guys are. I think that's the Earl, or maybe the Countess. It doesn't matter. Thing is, though, there's no road connecting this area to my land. So if they come over here, we won't be able to see them right away. But when we do, we should have enough time to hopefully hire some mercenaries. Good, we can sell off all the wool and make a small fortune. See, we make more money from wool than we do from taxes. Okay, we can also sell off some of this grain. Because otherwise, if we just hoard a huge pile of grain, the rats will eventually just eat majority of it. What's the point in that? After all, we're relying very heavily on cattle. And, I mean, I could sell sheep, but why do that? I don't know. So looking here, everyone's quite happy. Population's... Oh, shit. Population's grown beyond our means now to feed them. So we need to drop them down to half rations as well. And even that, they can't sustain themselves that well with the cattle. All this means is that the population's growing faster than what would be ideal. I know I'm not being 100% efficient with all that shit, but it doesn't matter. So at half rations, getting 3, yep. They'll eventually lose health because these guys here are unhealthy, but we kind of need the population to decline a little bit because, like I said, if I went to, I'm not going to do it again, but increasing the rations, they'll just eat all the fucking cows. They'll just spiral out of control because they grew faster than what I could establish my infrastructure. You might think, why don't I just hire a whole bunch of peasants and send them away? I could do that, but peasants also require food. this land here has got a hell of a lot of food, grain. Would be a good idea to sell it off if we get the chance. Also, it's another region that isn't quite being completely fed by cattle. It's growing somewhat too fast. It's annoying when that happens, but can't do anything about it. I'm surprised one of these territories hasn't gone barren yet. Actually, we don't need to do that. Because we don't need any more cattle population, so it's not essential. What I need is more people to actually work the fields. And the population growth is increasing, so we can feed them on double, maybe even triple rations. I should have thought of that. That'll get them fucking breeding. Should have done that ages ago. Alright, leave them as it is. Norman crossbows. Yeah, why not? And then get them into another region so I don't have to feed them. That way they just, forage. Fuck you, I'm gonna take you down. Oh, damn. Right next to the village. There's a chance that the Norman crossbows won't win the battle if they've got like 400 peasants, but if they do, whatever, no big deal. Alright, let's move on. No, I wasn't going to make any attempts to attack. I didn't have the required stuff. Just fuck off with that. The bishop will soon move against me. That's a bit late information since the bishop's currently under siege by me. So, thanks for the information, bitch, but I didn't need it. The main concern is the knight. But I think the others have more to worry about than him. So, what are we up against here? Macemen and spearmen. I don't actually know how swords perform against maces, but I know they perform well against spears. The thing is, though, we outnumber them greatly because, yeah, we've simply got more soldiers. Oh, god damn it. I'll fuck the macemen if they want to do this. Let's go after the spears. Where the hell are they going? So yeah, my swordsmen are beating the spears, but we're about to get flanked by the macemen. But luckily, we're strong enough that we can turn around and probably repel them, hopefully. Okay, they've lost all their spears now, so all they've got left are the macemen. So we lost quite a few troops on that, though. I'm pretty sure that's the one that's currently laying siege, so that just means there's less workers to operate it. Okay. So we don't need as much food, though, so that's not such a big deal. We've got ourselves a trebuchet. We've only got 48 builders. We need more. I need 60 builders if I want more trebuchets. 36 foragers gather enough food for them all, so that's fine. They are running out of food. Now what we do here is we grab... Fuck, how do I do this? That's right. And where do I put it? Here. That's right, this mode here. And then tell it to attack. So at the end, during the end turn, it'll strike there. I could put the ladder down, but I'm not going to make use of it because I haven't put any fighters down. I could reinforce them with maybe a few peasants, but maybe another day. Or another turn. Essentially what we could do is just starve them out. I mean, it will take a while for them to die, but it will work. Provided I don't get constantly attacked by their armies, though. Even if I lose the siege there, we'll just send in some more mercenaries later. Okay, so these people eating mostly grain aren't... Well, eating some of the grain, I mean. Need more herders. We'll have to wait until winter before we can sow the fields with grain. So on triple rations, they're starting to eat the grain now, but the population's growing a bit faster. I think now we can drop it down to double rations. They'll still just eat dairy. They're just eating a fuck ton of yogurt or whatever. Wouldn't like to be smelling their shit. Or anyone's shit for that matter. Okay, good. Sell off the bales of wool. Making a lot of money. Could spread out the land for the sheep, but fuck it, I don't care that much. We got it all under control. These people need to remain on half rations because, man, they're still growing way too quickly. I might need to actually buy more cattle, or else these people are going to starve if this keeps up. At this rate, because they're breeding too quickly. I want them to stop. These people sort of... They seem to plateau at around 3,000. It gets to 3,000 and then doesn't go up any higher. I mean, we're still growing our cattle population. No, what am I doing? It's gonna get fairly crowded fairly soon though. But increasing at this rate is actually... They're producing more than they need. For the population growth. And now we need to take this village here with our Norman crossbows. Okay, we had... Oh shit, we took a little bit of attrition. No big deal. So they're coming to me. Shoot them. Crossbows absolutely shred them. If we're lucky, their morale will drop to 0 before they get to us, but that probably won't happen. It did drop by a lot though. Now what I like is, these guys are going to fight over here, but these ones here will still... Oh, they did actually break. Alright, plenty of grain here, but we need to make sure that... well, we need to take into account that an additional 20 will be eaten because of the troops. There's no cattle here, no sheep either. Bit of grain coming in. What season is it? Summer. We should be okay, but we need to get these guys out of this village as soon as possible, I think. Maybe I'll put them on half rations. That way they won't eat as much grain. Might save our ass, who knows. You know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna put them on normal rations. They'll be fine. So let's have a look at the situation here. We have now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 settlements. So we match the knight. However, only really these 2 settlements here are massive money makers. This one's almost there, but we've got a bit of work still to do. There's still a few independent towns left. This shows us where all the merchants are. hire some more Norman crossbows. I'm going to do so. So they'll consume an additional 20 grain, but that's fine. I need to get these guys down here to help. I can't merge two mercenary armies together, but having them in the area, maybe just having it sit there, might help. Actually, you know what? I'm going to hire some peasants. Wait, how many people live here? 800. And there's also that. I think 150 will do. Because as we know, peasants plus crossbows is a good combination. So population's gone down. People are unhappy that I levied so many of them. Less food that technically needs to be fed to. It'll be okay. Alright, let's move on to the next turn. So, one attempt. That's a good thing about the trebuchets. They do damage to the enemy. 2 defenders killed. Nice. However, killing their defenders means that they consume less food. Attacking me is the same as attacking the church. I have no alternative but to respond in kind. You're a little bit late on the gun there, motherfucker. And what makes you think I give a fuck about the church? If I am the king, then I'm the fucking head of the church, bitch. Well, if we were Anglican, which at this stage we wouldn't be. Okay, so they've hired another 100 units, probably peasants, because they're desperate to try and stop me. That's another sort of bonus that the AI get. They seem to be able to just continuously hire troops from settlements, even if there's no population there. Because I often find settlements that I conquer from the AI have like 50 people left in them. So our army is not in the best of shape there, but we're making do. They've got some barren territory. Okay, still got plenty of food. Make sure we've got enough builders to continue building more trebuchets. The more of them we build, the more damage we can do to the village, to the town. I think whatever. So they've still got 100 people. But although it's kind of hard to tell exactly how much damage we're doing to them each turn, it is they're unable to repair the damage done to the castle. So we'll just keep building trebuchets around here. Eventually, we'll break into them, I think. So the 31 foragers is enough. Is providing enough food to feed all the people, and there's plenty left over as well. Couldn't quite get them out of the village, or out of that province. Because holding a garrison here does not actually increase their happiness either, so there's no need to keep them in our own territory. They just eat the food. Okay, that's looking good. People are being fed, mostly by cattle. Next season we'll be able to sow grain. Okay, looking here, good to see the population's almost got 100 people there. So it's almost there. At double rations, that'll be what the cattle can provide. Let's see if I had... Okay, I could actually increase the cattle size. Surprisingly enough, though, the territory hasn't gone desolate just yet. I should probably just keep it as it is, or as it was. They still just need more people there. I mean, there was a market there, but there's no point buying more cattle. They don't need more cattle. Alright, so we conquered this settlement, and these people are living primarily off grain, which is fine for a small settlement, but once things get big, they're going to need cattle. Cattle makes such a huge difference. Okay, so the wolves, they seem to come around like once a year. They got into the sheep. It happens. The sheep are not essential for the town. It's just to help us make money. Okay, the people are unhealthy on half rations. Can't really do anything about it until the cattle population increases a bit more. No, I didn't need to do that. I don't need heaps of stone. But I want to make sure I get all that good old food. So it's still increasing even though it's gone above 3,000. Well, that's fine. Only by a small margin. These guys here, they just keep on fucking breeding. I'm gonna have to put them on quarter rations soon. I sure as shit don't want to buy more cattle for this region. It just costs more money. Sell off some of the grain maybe. You know what? I think I will just buy a few more heads of cattle. They've earned it, I guess. Maybe not that much. Maybe 20 head. That'll feed 200 people. 400 people on half rations. And also it'll help get these things breeding faster. So at half rations, they're only consuming 5 grain per turn. Jeez, if I kept them on normal rations, the grain would be gone in a couple of turns. They're just booming too quickly. Okay, we have not enough people here to fix everything that we need. But I would rather sacrifice the grain than sacrifice the cattle, so we're not going to get the full load of all that grain, but there's plenty of grain here already. Yeah, it'll be fine. I've already looked at this region. Yeah, I think so. Okay, good. I can get you out of here. There's a town right here by the looks of it. Let's go conquer it. Because like I said with mercenaries, just want to get them straight into the fight as soon as possible. Just keep them fighting. Where's the enemy? Okay. Oh, there's a swamp right there. I don't know if I'm going to win this one. It's going to be close. At least they're not sending all of their forces all at once. That'll make things easier for me. And if we don't finish them off on this particular fight, there's always next time. This is good here. They're fighting a few of my guys, but the rest of them in the back are still shooting. We need to get a 2-to-1 kill ratio if we want to win here. And also, with every crossbowman they kill, it's going to be harder for us to kill them as they approach. How's their morale holding up? Their morale will break fairly soon. And that's why peasants truly do suck. I mean, they do serve a purpose when you use them in conjunction with other things, but apart from that, well, they're really good in a siege. You get them to, you know, build shit. Okay, so what I want to do here is try and, if I can, stand here. That way when they come to me, they got to walk through sludge. And it takes them longer to get me. So we can shoot more of them. I'm fairly sure we'll win this fight. Hang on. They're already on their way over here. So stop moving, just shoot them. Our guys aren't in formation, but that's okay. So half of their army is dragging their heels over here, but that still works for me. Okay, the numbers are now just about evenly matched. They still outnumber me by just a small margin. So I'm really going to have to rely on breaking them. Their morale's a lot less than mine. But they're actually beating my guys in melee combat. But once they break, it's not going to count for shit. Good. We lost the majority of our crossbows, but it's still worth it. They managed to conquer 2 towns by themselves. Now, this village here seems to be very much focused on grain. Whoops. So what do we got here? Jeez, this region's fucked. I gotta put them on no rations. They're not allowed to eat because otherwise they'll have no grain left. Oh, they've actually got a lot of grain coming. So they can go without food for a whole season. You can eat berries or something. Fuckwits. Oh, and not to mention that the actual, I'm just gonna disband them. They're gonna eat all the grain. They're of mixed health. Their soldiers are a bit fucked. Yeah, let them go. And we'll just hire new forces from here at a later date. Now, I'm pretty sure we've now got more territory than the knights. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 settlements. Soon to be 8 when we take this. I'm fairly sure that was the last thing we had to do this turn, so let's move on. So 2 attempts are made over here. Limited success, no losses. That's always good. You can see that it's starting to get damaged there. 4 defenders killed. Good. At this rate, it'll only take us 25 years to get in there. Well, we'll just keep buying more, or building more trebuchets. Another village up here. They're coming out to fight again with more peasants. Yep. If they keep this up, eventually they will defeat my army. This is why I need to bring some peasants over here to reinforce these guys. For one thing, they'll be able to build more artillery so we can pummel the castle a little bit faster. See, it attacks it at a certain ground. It doesn't actually attack the unit. So yeah, every fight now, these guys keep losing more and more men because they're like there's less of us. It's a lot easier when they're at 200. There's still enough there to maintain the siege though. So this is owned by someone. And he's just brought peasants over here. I don't know why he's just sitting there. He's supposed to be on the attack. There we go. The fuck are you guys doing? There we go. So that's good. We're kicking their ass. Gee, that didn't last very long. 25 enemy yeomen remain, so they managed to escape. Where did that happen? Oh, down here. Alright, this is his territory that we're invading. Still need more trebuchet. So now they're not actually foraging enough food to account for them each turn, but it's fine. These guys are about to run out of food. But as soon as they run out of food doesn't mean that they die straight away, it's just that's when they start to starve. And their health goes down badly. I need more of these. Get that trebuchet over here. Good. They're all attacking that point there. I wonder if perhaps I should have actually gone after the wall. It might have been a little bit weaker, but whatever. I'm not really an expert on sieges in this game yet. I think with that we'll end the video there. Okay, so the situation's looking really good for us. We've got a lot of territory. It's also looking really good for the knight. So we might want to focus on bringing him down a peg. And who's green anyway? I don't know. We've just about taken out purple, but there's still a bit of work to do there because of that castle. Anyway, that's the end of this episode, so like and subscribe. Part 4's next, and don't forget to visit me on Facebook. See you next time, fuckers.